Hello there, fellow cave spelunkers. Rodamon here. Thank you for tuning in to Vintage Story Primitive Survival. Episode 20, Unexpected Search Results. So, the plan is to incorporate a spot here for the quenching. Oh god, it's doing that again. Stop it. Game is really fussy about block placement sometimes. Or rather, I should put it, I really suck at placing blocks correctly. Would be a far more accurate answer. So I have this source water here, and I was planning on just building up the area around here as a platform for smithing, where we have a roofed up, a roofed up anvil, a roofed up forge, just so that the weather can't mess with my smithing. Because I don't want, unless I intend to, I don't want things to get cooled down. So we sort of have this little corner here, and it was only going to be like the front half. I don't need a massive forge, because the other half over here could be a kitchen. That way it shares the mechanical power, so I can have a quarn right next to everything else. Cheers, by the way. So, small forge, right? I don't need an industrial-sized forge, because I don't have need of industrial-sized anything, being by myself and all. Oh, I literally don't have room for that. I was like, why can't I pick this up? Yeah, no, that makes sense. Alright. So I figure about that large for a smithy, where we just have a little quenching. We'll have, I might incorporate some shelf storage. In fact, where these cobbles are... So if I build everything half block up, it gets annoying, because you can't, like, put solid things down on half block tiles. So I'll have to consider that. Because I kind of wanted a window. I wanted, like, a more or less an unobstructed view. Because it looks, this area looks very pretty. And I didn't want to ruin that. But I think what I'm going to do is have this be a spot for a cobble shelf. And then have the windows on the other sides. And because I'm not necessarily going to dig up my... underneath where these cobbles are going, I can leave these underneath, without replacing the cobbles. And then the corner here goes up to the roof. And Allie K, thank you for the cheer. You all are so generous. And the idea for the cobble block is this will be sort of like a pathway. So you can kind of see the very small forge here. Or smithy. Maybe I'll make it a little bit larger. I don't want it claustrophobically cramped. And I will, if you're wondering, where's the Hellhammer going to go in? I will remind you, I am not overbuilding right now. I am intentionally... underbuilding, because I'm not, in a primitive survival situation, you aren't planning years in advance. You are planning hours in advance, maybe weeks in advance at best, or days or weeks, but not years. And obviously the what I'm saying is Hellhammer is so far in advance that I'm not even considering putting effort into planning that as a project at the moment. Okay. So, the thing I'm gonna want is some sort of wooden roof. And then I'm actually gonna change this section too. I'm gonna keep the windows and then add a bit of a wall here. So that's like the entryway now. And I know that kind of stonework is not likely to be held up by itself. And I'll fix that eventually. With the... Oh no, those are the ladders, not the fences. But yeah, you can kind of see it coming together. It'll be nice when everything's like illuminated with lanterns and finished. Alright, what else are we missing? We're missing some ladders. That's granite, so that's not going to help me. No, these are ladders. I was referring to that. The reason for that is I wanted, like, wood pillars. Although, wood pillars aren't going to work because these are half blocks up. Are they? Nope. Maybe I'll even get rid of the side cobbles. And what we have need of is, like, more andesite for the full cobbles, and then to figure out what the roof is going to look like. But I think from here, yeah, I'll leave the rest of it alone. So let's try to figure out what the roof should look like. And as much as I would like to incorporate the bamboo, I'm not going to hold out until I have bamboo. That's not worth it to me. So I'm going to work out some other solution. Dry porridge, you like the crunch? Yeah, it's actually surprising that in the game there was no like wet porridge that you can make, which is quite honestly kind of surprising to me. It's like, why not? Just gonna burn the sticks that I don't need. Why hold on to them, right? Okay. So in terms of a roof, we've got like slanted roofs, like thatch roof probably is going to be, well, you wouldn't want a thatch roof over your smithy because of the whole like fire thing going on. We could do clay shingles. That might make the most, that might look the best. So clay forming shingles, I think, makes the most sense. And it also might make sense in that regard to have like a pit kiln area as part of this forge. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have this little section be packed earth pit kiln spot. Because I have most of my clay forms already, it's not likely that I will need that much pottery done. So I'm just going to have 3 spots for pit kilning. And replacing all the surrounding area with packed or rammed earth so that there's no flammables. I'm going to make a temporary roof, knowing that I'll circle back and give it a more permanent one. And now we can... Oh, let's also replace the bottom, too. And then we'll be able to... I should replace that, too. We'll be able to fire up some pottery stuff and have a shingled roof, which I think will look right. So, if we're doing it that way, I'm going to need more red clay. So there's red clay right here. Let's head over there and dig up some red clay. I keep smashing my, at some point I'll, like, forge up some bronze shovels. But for now, flint gets the job done. So the red clay is over this way. Food and water looks fine. I haven't noticed a whole lot of predators in my vicinity around where I live. So, like, working at nighttime, I don't think is going to be too much of a threat. Too much of a danger, I should say. Then, you know, worst case scenario, I respawn like 10 feet from where I am. Not much of a bust. Oh, sorry, didn't mean to double click that. Gotta love chat macros until they don't work correctly. That's user error. So in the smithy, we're gonna want a way for the smoke to exhaust. You know, one of the mods I'm running has real smoke. Obviously, it's going to be a very airy room. I really don't need to enclose any room other than my cellar, because I'm never going to get cold. Not likely. I might get wet. I don't want to get a lot of wet, but, like, I live in the tropics, so, like, being outside is not a danger to me at all. Which will make it a little bit easier, design-wise, to put together these huts, because being that I don't need to insulate anything. You know, if I was in the Arctic, that'd be a whole different matter. So, let's do our clay forms here. Might as well. Put the torches up. This is a flat ground. And I'm going to do raw clay shingles. I don't know how many shingles I'm going to need, but I think what I'm going to do is fire up 36 of them, because I only have 3 pit kilns, and then work on more of the other parts of the smithy, and then come back. So this might be like a project in progress where I have to return back to this project later on, because I have a feeling like this is only the first pass at it. Actually, it might be even faster for me to just nuke it like that and then put it all back. Now, I don't have a beehive kiln. I don't have, like, the big kiln that you can fire up loads and loads of stuff at once. I could obviously make more pits, but I'm going to do just small batches. I think that makes the most sense for my situation. I think, what, can I do? Is it well, How many can I fire up at once? Maybe the in-game handbook has the answer. I doubt it. Pit kiln. 48 at once? Let's see what the wiki says. The wiki... Yes, 48 shingles at once. Oh, okay. That's nice. Well, let's make more shingles then. And you can watch how bad I am at, like, pixel clicking. That's much nicer and far more permissive than I thought. I thought it was going to be like 12 or 24 per, but 48 per is like pretty tolerable. It's worth noting I've never really worked with shingles in Vintage Story, and in preparation for this whole series, I had actually worked on bamboo style roof. Hence my desire for bamboo. But bamboo style roof wouldn't really make sense in a smithy anyway. So I will learn. You'll see how bad I am at shingling. I'm not roofing rad. As far as other clay forms, another storage vessel wouldn't be a bad idea. I have two, and I don't really have other means of storage. Actually, that's not true. I have what I need to potentially make a wooden storage chest. I just haven't made one. So maybe as part of this project, I'll have a forms storage, which is just boards and sticks, pretty straightforward, and I'll do some shelving. As well as a chest for the smithy. So there we go. I've got 96 shingles, and I think for this one I'll do I'll do clay storage. John, thank you for the resub. This was a little overdue. Now that I have a butchery and I've got a farm, I should plan on Well, for the... Oh, come on. For the butchery, you know, I can just choose not to hunt things I don't have storage space for, but for the farm, I'm gonna get influx of crops from the farm, and having a place to put it where it doesn't spoil is pretty important, I think. That would be the most, maybe one of the most challenging parts of this run is just outside it's hot and everything rots. It's not that hard to deal with rot, given how effective food sellers are, but still. It's like watching 3D printed. Yeah, more or less. It is weird. I mean, the game doesn't go into the details of, like, spinning pottery. I think that would be neat feature, but I'm not really sure that that would make... That would make new players even less likely to pick up into story. If you had to, like, make a pottery wheel. So once the clay forms are done, I'm gonna go back into the caves and get what I need to finish off the andesite, like pillars on the sides, and then we'll I want it to be high enough that it, again, it's not like claustrophobic, and then we might need to wait for the kiln stuff to be done. So there might be a lag time where I change projects. Alright, in terms of nutrition, grain, yeah, let's keep going grain. I'm just trying to fulfill my nutrition as well as I can. So I'm healthy. I wish you could just, like, boil water on in the jug. And I'm burning sticks, so I know they're going to burn through quick, but whatever. Alright, so, pit kiln. We need... Oh, speaking of sticks. Sticks and firewood. So I don't have a lot of firewood. I'm going to need to pick up some additional firewood. So let's nap an axe. I keep forgetting I also have bones. I could be making flint and bone tools as well. Not all tools can have bones for handles, but I believe axes and knives can, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. Oops. Ooh, maybe 12 steaks, rather, is enough to boil water. Yeah, it is. Okie dokie. Oh, that's purple heart. Not gonna be able to cut that down with a flint tool. These fir trees are probably not even worth my time to cut down. Well, actually, that one gave me a pretty good amount of firewood. Maybe I take it back. Bone handles have more durability, yes. So, in terms of bone... So, the mod that I'm running adds strong bone. Strong bone makes for bone arrowheads. It's like a special bone you get from butchery. The butchery mod, by the way. Mod butchering. So anytime there's like a item or a thing, if you look at what the mod says, like strong bones, mod butchering, indicates that it's added in by the butchering mod. But regular bones, you can make into axes, knives, flutes, and fishing hooks. Fishing hooks, again, mod permanent survival. But axes and knives, that's vanilla. So, and there's more durability than their non-bone counterparts. Okie dokie. So there we go. 3 kilns fired up. We even have a kiln area now, which is nice. So I wanted to go grab some more andesite. The problem is I have nowhere to store it, like the stuff that I have on me. So let's get the nails and strips and the boards and fix that. So what I'm aiming to do is make a chest. So if you take a look at the wooden chest, it's nails and strips surrounded by boards. And that's exactly what I intend to do. Boom, boom. Combine them into a trunk. And now, this is not a great spot to store things, but, like, it's good enough. So this is my, like, I dump things in. Well, I'll organize storage later on, but, like, this is good enough for now. So we have a big old trunk. And that's going to let me just dump stuff in it, so I don't have to worry about, like, storage space or anything. Now, last time I was in the mines, I became dehydrated, so this time I'm going to go down with a source of water. So I've got my knife, pick, shovel. I don't have my pro pick on me. Where did I put my pro pick? I know that my pro pick was almost broken, but alright, pro pick. Axe. I don't really need an axe for where I'm going, but whatever. I don't need a hammer either. Put that away. Spare shovel, I'm going to put away. Rammed earth and ladder. And then I'm going to grab the torches. Let me reset the torches. The torches in this game only burn for 48 hours, so you got to reset them periodically or they get burnt out. But at some point we'll upgrade to like oil lamps or proper torches or something like that. These storage vessels, because they're extra high, require more wood than typical pit kilns. That's why it looks different. Because it is different. To answer your question. Oh, and I'm out of food, but I'm going to be out of water way before I'm out of food, so I don't really care. So back down we go, and I'm looking for andesite stones so that I can make more of the cobble needed to go deeper. Or build up. We'll go deeper. It's weird to, like, be getting my stone this way, but I want to make the most out of my time down here. It is really vertical. The other thing I could be doing is a node search. Forget density search, because I already have density searches for the area. It's basically high bismuth, and we've already found bismuth down here, so it's like I've probably found what down here is useful for. But doing node searches to see if there's, like, other things hiding in the wings, because there's a possibility of having, you know, borax or I don't know what else might be down here. Because there's the bismuth. But I don't really need the bismuth unless I find a node of zinc. So I'm going to ignore it for now. So one of the last times I was down here, I had turned back because I ran out of, like, rammed earth for ladders. So I'd also like to just do more cave exploration. And then everything that's easy to mine up, like the boulders and the andesite, stalagmites and stalactites, I'll grab as well. Or the spelotherms, whatever they call them. Oh, I'm doing something super, super, super dumb. All my torches were in my offhand slot. If I had dipped into the water, I would have been lost as hell. So, don't do that. I'm like somewhat... let's do a node search here. I'm somewhat tempted to just like dig my own mining tunnel as an exploratory tunnel for stuff. There's large amounts of bismuth nearby. I guess there's another bismuth node near here. That's cool. So this bismuth that I found on the ground here was not the only bismuth, obviously. Because the node search only... it's a very short-range search, so if it yields something, you know that there's a... it's very close by. And there's bismuth around here, too. So there's bismuth, like... there's bismuth everywhere down here. This is going to tell me that there's quartz, at the very least. I'm just curious if the bismuth node goes over here. Native gold, quartz. Okay, known. I can literally see the gold in the ceilings. And now, Black Keys is stuck in my head. Emily, thank you for the resub. And yeah, I'm being lazy. Instead of, like, actually doing a mining tunnel, I'm just getting all those stalagmites, stalactites, loose rock, etc. But it should be a decent amount in order to finish the building project. And then I might need to do something else until the forms are done. The clay making. Bismuth lanterns are so pretty. They are. They're very shiny. Bismuth is such an interesting metal, too. Honestly. It's so weird. It's on the periodic table, it's surrounded by, like, super toxic metals, yet we drink bismuth for stomach aches. So strange. So strange. Like, honestly. Periodic table. What is bismuth near? Bismuth is near polonium and lead on either side. Yeah. Yep. So, the fact that it has no properties similar to polonium or lead, it is a transitional metal. You know, and it's... I don't even think we fully understand why we drink it for stomach aches, we just know it works. But, like, that's a lot of human medicine. It's like, why it works? I don't know. But it does, so we just consume it. Yeah, Pepto-Bismol is bismuth. The Bismol is literally just, like, bismuth compound. Yeah, it's pretty wild. There's not a lot of cases where, like, that's the... I mean, I guess, you know, once upon a time, like, even now, I bet people still take, lithium for other health conditions. I'm gonna do... I know there's copper here. I was curious if there was other metals. And how big this copper is. Because it only says small amounts. And apparently there's bismuth... Oh, God, that's gonna hurt. There's bismuth around here as well. So I'm not sure I've gone... This might have been as far as I went. But alright. There's some sort of cave on the other side of this, because I can hear the running water, so. If there was ever a good place to mine, it'd be here. So let's do a chunk search. Quartz and... Oh! I found iron! I just found magnetite. Magnetite in trace amounts. Hell yeah! Generally in this game, iron veins are, like, not small, either. So if you find an iron vein, it's, like, lots and lots of iron. Alright, so it was trace amounts in last node search. I'm going to do another search to see if I'm getting closer or farther. Oh, I'm staring at it. Iron ore in poor. But poor's fine. Poor still pays the bills. Also, it looks like I'm underneath another cave. Because I had, like, marked down a cave around here as well. So I think I connected two cave systems. Or I'm in the process of it. I wasn't expecting this either. I just was trying to find all the boulders in the caves. And, stumbled into iron. I am going to need to resurface for, like, food and water soon, though. And, of course, this being poor quality means I'm going to need a whole lot of it to make a reasonable amount of stuff. Now, with that said, I have no capacity to actually make iron right now, because I do not have fireclay, and I do not have fireclay bricks. But, of course, you could vote on that if you so choose. I just figure I'm mining up andesite rock as I, like, get this stuff, so it's, like, you know, good bang for my buck. I do know that my pick is about to break, and my pro pick is about to break, but breaking the pick is fine. I have iron chunk, or sorry, tin bronze chunks that I can repair my stuff with. Romans used to use lead salts as sweeteners? Yeah, it made wine taste better. Yum yum. Lead paint chips. Breakfast of serial killers. You're wondering what that meant. It's theorized that leaded gasoline gave rise to the spree of serial killers because lead has a known effect of lowering IQ and making you more aggressive. So high lead diets makes for highly unproductive societies. So I'll just keep getting the iron until I break my pick, and then we'll resurface. Because I'm nearly done with this pick, and then I'll repair it. Lead and makeup and powder. Yeah, I mean it's really, I would, as much as we laugh about that now, it's like we're still in a society that thinks microplastics is like okay. It's not. Microplastics is the next generation's lead and chlorofluorocarbons. It's like every generation, through the powers of stupid chemistry, we come up with new ways to, like, die. It's like, stop making PFAs and, you know, quit it. Our bodies can't handle this stuff. But I digress. Let's bring all of our lovely magnetite chunks up to the surface and smash them. And, like, finish making the first part of the smithy. Yeah, at least we stopped making CFCs. For the most part, I think there's still some countries that probably still make stuff out of CFCs and keep it on the DL. I don't really trust that the international community has actually stopped, in other words. I think we're mostly stopped, but not fully stopped. Alright, how the hell do I get out? I'm, like, lost. Up is probably the right direction, but, like, not this direction. I think I'm in the wrong tunnel section, actually, entirely. Fluorine has got to be one of the scariest elements? Yes. But when you say that, people are like, oh, then fluoride must be dangerous. It's like, yeah, like sodium explodes on contact with water. It doesn't necessarily mean it's, like, dangerous. When it's, you know, oh, here it is. Bound with table salt. Bound with, chlorine. You know, you wouldn't want to eat chlorine, and you wouldn't want to eat sodium. But sodium chloride? Yeah, no problem. It's why I'm always nervous about, like, talking about chemistry, because people will think, like, I'm one of those, like, I drape myself in gemstones, and I believe in, you know, it's like, no. I believe in science, thank you. Yeah, Grandpa had lead in his body, Father has asbestos and silicosis. We have microplastics and PFAs, Teflon, and non-stick stuff. The funny thing about PFAs, or Teflon specifically, is the PFAs that Teflon produces in its production cycle is dangerous, but like, you could actually eat Teflon because it so much does not bind with things. It wouldn't necessarily hurt you. I'm not saying you should scrape up your nonstick pan and like swallow the scrapings, but the dangerous bits is the chemical byproducts, not the actual what it produces. From my completely rudimentary understanding. I'm not a chemist. I'm not a professional. I play video games. So, yeah. Thank you for tuning in to Vintage Story Primitive Survival, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rudamont.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rudamont.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, fellow survivors.